Hey folks, welcome to Concept. Welcome back to yet another video. Today we will learn to identify the movers and shakers in the FNO space. So when we want to identify the movers and shakers of the FNO space, the idea is to capture the movement which is happening in various different FNO scripts. So options and futures and underlying as well, they are correlated, right? So anything happens in options, the chances are that that will reflect in underlying. Anything happens in underlying, the chances are that the action might get replicated in options. So when we talk about options, there are derivative traders who are trading these, right? So looking at the changes in the open interest, the changes in the positions that they are making, we can go ahead and identify some trades in the market. So let's understand how. So one simple thing is, whenever we are trading in intraday, all we want is the action, where the action is happening. Okay, we don't need to actually go ahead and look for a lot of things, but instead, most important aspect while we trade intraday is action, where the action is happening. So one of the ways what I use is the synopsis. So over here you can come to synopsis futures OI. So what this thing is trying to show us in what if an instrument what built up has been witnessed. TCS up by 2.6 percentage. Oh, that's great. OI is up by 3.3 percentage. So TCS it is top gainer in FNO space, followed by LNT, which is actually holding the index. If you see Divis Lab, Infosys, so majorly IT Pack and LNT, these stocks are holding Nifty today. So that is more or less the good sign for us. Then we can navigate to summary, and we can check the market breadth, like whether the bulls are aggressive in the market or bears are aggressive in the market. So this screen is just to form a bias on the market. That means whether just want to see from here whether the bulls are getting active or the bears are getting active. It is more like a general checkup of the market. Now to track the actual movers and shakers, first way of doing it is options open interest. So what is this? This is trying to show us all those options from the entire FNO space where there has been huge activity. Okay, huge activity in terms of open interest, in terms of price, in terms of volume. Okay, so majorly if we see over here, we are getting to see short covering on call. So what it is trying to tell us that this strike price, which is TCS 3480 strike price call option, it has witnessed highest OI change. So over here, if you see, the priority is given to the change in open interest. So whichever option, whichever strike price sees highest open interest change, that will be ranked as first. So over here, you will see that the built up, the reading is also mentioned. So over here, from here forward, taking decision wouldn't be a big task. So let's say I am watching this screen in the morning and I'm getting to see that TCH call option has witnessed OI unwinding. That means the call writers are moving out of this particular option. Okay, what is happening to the call strike? The price is moving up. That means a short covering is happening on the call strike. So when a short covering will happen on a call, when the market is expected to move up. So now we don't need to, use a lot of logic behind it. Only thing we need to do is just come in this screen and identify where the action is happening. If I'm seeing that a lot of short covering is happening on TCS call strikes, likely is the chance that call writers are expecting some kind of an up move from there. So basically I will pick up TCS and I will try to analyze it further. Let's say I'm getting to see LNT, that 2920 strike price call option is witnessing highest change in open interest and the price is also moving up by 80 percentage. Again a short covering happening on call. So it is trying to tell me that LNT is the stock where something positive is happening. TCS is the stock where something positive is happening. Similarly, if you see LNT put strike has witnessed huge OI addition with drop in price. So a short put is happening. So this will give us clean opportunities. So obviously these aren't a strike price what we need to go ahead and create a trade on. All it is trying to say is that this is the strike price where this activity is happening. Obviously long call is bullish activity for me, long put is a bearish activity for me, short call is a bearish activity for me, short put is a bullish activity for me, right? And rest things are pretty self-explanatory. For an instance, short covering call is bullish activity for me. So what I'll do is I'll just pick up some ideas from here. I got two TCSs on my radar list, 3460, 3480. Now I can navigate to option chain maybe and just see if TCS looks lucrative. So let's say TCS 3480. So if I would have watched this particular information in the morning, I would have been able to catch a good up move which has happened in TCS. I don't need to do any complex things. I just need to see this where the short covering is happening on the call strike. And then obviously there would be always some or the other way, maybe of technical analysis to sharpen the entries and exits, right? Some way of options OI analysis. So basically, the task of synopsis is to identify those movers and shakers, and using options OI, we can easily go ahead and do that. Now, coming to another aspect, synopsis would be till the point you are analyzing the data. Okay, that means it is catching the movement from the starting of the day till the time you are watching that data. Okay, now let's say as the market moves, if there is sudden jump in open interest, sudden jump in implied volatility, how we are going to capture it? So for that we have a very simple analytic: option unusual activity. Okay, option activity. So let me just explain this signal type. That means where we want to catch the unusual activity in, whether I just want to see all those options where there has been unusual activity in price. I just want to catch all those options where there is unusual activity in OI. I want to catch all those options where there is unusual activity in volume, or I want to catch only those options where there is an unusual activity in IV. So let's keep it all for now. Okay, and just now over here we can also select if we want to see call, put, future, right? We can select it basically. So this future has witnessed an unusual activity. So the activity is price. That means there has been unusual movement in price of ICICI GI. Okay. Signal previous value means what was the previous price of ICICI GI. So it is this. Signal current value. What is the current value of the price? So it's this 1350. How much it has changed? It has changed by 1.29 percentage. Okay, so basically signal type is, so over here if you see IV, that means what has changed in this option in an unusual format. So it is trying to say IV has changed very unnaturally in IOC's 95 put option. Over here it is trying to say option price has moved very unnaturally. Okay, signal previous value was this, current value is this. All right, so similarly built up type, if I only want to see short and short covering on let's say, yeah, short and short covering on call option, let's say, I can go ahead and do that as well. So from here if I get to see that there is Tata Power or there is NTPC which has been witnessing a lot of shorts on puts and short coverings on calls, then my job will get very simpler, right? So I can go ahead and achieve it that way as well. So this is how we can use options unusual activity, and then obviously the ideas we are getting from these movers and shakers, something like synopsis options OI or unusual options or unusual option activity, we can further use that information by clubbing it together with maybe built up, maybe charts, maybe options OI, and we can sharpen the trades even further. So do check out the link in the description box below and access tools such as options OI and options unusual activity and track the movers and shakers of the entire FNO space.